The throne of hip-hop has never felt more precarious than it does right now. For over a decade, one name has been synonymous with chart dominance, viral marketing, and an untouchable hit-making formula. But following a 2024 that redefined industry rivalries, the Sixth God finds himself at a historic crossroads. Can a single project erase the memory of a global standoff? Or has the landscape of rap shifted permanently? Today, we analyze the cold reality facing one of the century's biggest icons. Welcome to Vibe Viral News. Before we dive into the icy details of Drake's 9th studio album, make sure to like this video and subscribe to Vibe Viral News. Your support allows us to continue bringing you deep dive investigations into the biggest stories in music and culture.
To understand why Iceman is being called the most pivotal moment in Drake's career, we have to look back at the events of 2024. The feud between Kendrick Lamar and Drake wasn't just a lyrical exchange, it was a cultural event that moved from the recording studio to the legal courts. While Drake's defamation lawsuit against their shared label was recently dismissed and remains in the pending appeal process, the court of public opinion has been much more vocal. Music journalists have noted that while rappers have lost battles before, the scale of this loss was unprecedented. When Kendrick Lamar's Not Like Us took home Record and Song of the Year at the 2025 Grammys, it marked the first time a diss track achieved that level of institutional validation. Following a Super Bowl halftime performance that felt like a victory lap for Lamar, many analysts believe Drake was effectively dethroned as the undisputed leader of the pack.
However, it is important to separate the narrative from the raw data. Despite the criticism, Drake remains a global force. Spotify recently ranked him as the third most streamed artist in the history of the platform, trailing only Taylor Swift and Bad Bunny. Even in his quiet years, his modest successes like Nokia and What Did I Miss reached the number 2 spot on the Billboard Hot 100. Yet, there is a lingering question about hit-making versus streaming. Critics suggest that Drake hasn't had a multi-week, culture-defining #1 hit since 2018. Industry experts argue that his music has faced a lack of innovation since 2021's Certified Lover Boy. The consensus among some pundits is that his recent output has felt scattered, as if he's testing various sounds to see what sticks in an era of fractured algorithmic listening habits. If the music is under scrutiny, Drake's marketing remains top tier. The rollout for Iceman has been described by culture critics as unambiguously great. From turning a Toronto parking lot into a massive ice block installation to forcing fans to use blowtorches to find the release date, Drake has reclaimed the conversation. This physical impediment in the community created an instant viral moment. Experts believe this was a strategic move to remind the public that he is still unpredictable and capable of commanding the world's attention. By moving away from the surprise drop format and leaning into a weeks-long themed campaign involving YouTube skits and courtside ice displays, Drake is signaling that Iceman is not just another album. It is an event. What does Iceman need to achieve? For industry insiders, the answer is simple: a song of the summer. Reputation is currency in hip-hop, and nothing restores a reputation like a hit record that resonates in every club and car across the country. Beyond the solo tracks, the industry is closely watching the track list. The featured artists on Iceman will be a primary indicator of Drake's remaining pull within the industry. There is significant speculation about who will stand by the Canadian rapper following the fallout with Lamar. Will we see the usual heavyweights, or will Drake look toward international collaborations to redefine his sound? Reputation and culture are things that cannot always be quantified by numbers. Even if the album performs spectacularly in a commercial sense, it doesn't necessarily mean the music will have a lasting cultural impact. Drake is an artist deeply concerned with his own mythology. Even if Iceman debuts at #1, critics argue that if it fails to improve his reputation among core hip-hop fans, or fails to achieve critical acclaim, it may be viewed as a disappointment in the long run. The stakes are undeniably high. If this project does not perform to certain historical standards, it will become increasingly difficult for pundits to see him as the dominant force he once was. While his recent musical output remains under close critical scrutiny, Drake's approach to marketing continues to be regarded as highly effective. The promotional campaign for his upcoming album, Iceman, has been characterized by several culture critics as a significant return to form. By transforming a downtown Toronto parking lot into a massive ice block installation, the artist successfully shifted the public focus back to his creative projects. This specific installation, which required fans to use tools such as blowtorches and pickaxes to uncover the release date, created a notable viral moment on social media. Industry experts suggest that this was likely a strategic move intended to remind the public of the artist's ability to command global attention. By moving away from the surprise drop format, he has utilized a weeks-long themed campaign that includes YouTube skits and themed courtside displays at professional basketball games. For many industry insiders, the primary objective for Iceman appears to be the creation of a definitive song of the summer. In the current hip-hop landscape, a high-charting hit record is often seen as a key factor in maintaining cultural relevance. Beyond the music itself, there is significant interest in the album's tracklist, as the featured artists are expected to serve as a primary indicator of the rapper's current standing within the professional community. There is a considerable amount of speculation regarding which artist will appear on the project following his high-profile dispute with Kendrick Lamar. While it remains unconfirmed, some social media users have discussed whether he will lean on established industry heavyweights or perhaps explore international collaborations. These professional associations are being closely watched by pundits to gauge his influence after recent events. It is often noted that reputation and cultural impact are elements that cannot be fully quantified by streaming numbers alone. Even if the album achieves substantial commercial success, some critics argue that long-term cultural significance is not guaranteed. As an artist who has historically been focused on his own professional mythology, the reception from core hip-hop audiences will likely be a major factor in how the project is remembered. Reports suggest that even a #1 debut might be viewed as a disappointment by some if the album fails to receive critical acclaim or improve the artist's standing with his core demographic. The stakes for this release are considered high by many analysts. Should the project not meet certain historical performance standards, it may become more difficult for observers to view him as the dominant force he was in previous years. The industry remains waiting to see if Iceman will solidify a successful return to the top of the genre, or if the current cultural climate has shifted too far. For many industry insiders, the primary objective for the upcoming album Iceman appears to be the establishment of a definitive song of the summer. In the current hip-hop landscape, securing a high-charting hit record is often viewed by experts as a mechanical necessity for maintaining long-term cultural relevance. Beyond the solo material, there is significant interest regarding the album's official tracklist. The featured artists included in this project are expected by many to serve as a primary indicator of the rapper's current standing and influence within the professional music community. There is a considerable amount of speculation circulating online regarding which specific artists will appear on the project, following his high-profile dispute with Kendrick Lamar. While these details remain unconfirmed, some social media users have discussed whether the artist will lean on established industry heavyweights or perhaps explore new international collaborations. These professional associations are being closely monitored by industry pundits to gauge his level of support after recent events. It is often noted by critics that reputation and cultural impact are complex elements that cannot always be fully quantified by streaming numbers or initial sales figures alone. Even if the album achieves substantial commercial success upon release, some analysts argue that long-term cultural significance is not necessarily guaranteed. As an artist who has historically been focused on his own professional mythology, the reception from core hip-hop audiences will likely be a major factor in how this project is remembered. Reports suggest that even a #1 debut might be viewed as a disappointment by certain observers if the album fails to receive critical acclaim or improve the artist's standing with his core demographic. The stakes for this release are considered high, as failing to meet certain historical performance standards could impact how future projects are perceived. This specific installation, which required fans to use tools such as blowtorches and pickaxes to uncover the release date, created a notable viral moment on social media. Industry experts suggest that this was likely a strategic move intended to remind the public of the artist's ability to command global attention. By moving away from the surprise drop format, he has utilized a weeks-long themed campaign that includes YouTube skits and themed courtside displays at professional basketball games. For many industry insiders, the primary objective for Iceman appears to be the creation of a definitive Song of the Summer. In the current hip-hop landscape, a high-charting hit record is often seen as a key factor in maintaining cultural relevance. Beyond the music itself, there is significant interest in the album's tracklist, as the featured artists are expected to serve as a primary indicator of the rapper's current standing within the professional community. There is a considerable amount of speculation regarding which artists will appear on the project, following his high-profile dispute with Kendrick Lamar. While it remains unconfirmed, some social media users have discussed whether he will lean on established industry heavyweights or perhaps explore international collaborations. These professional associations are being closely watched by pundits to gauge his influence after recent events. Is the Iceman coming to reclaim his throne? Or is the hip-hop climate too warm for his return? We will find out this Friday. Thank you for watching this investigation. Don't forget to subscribe to Vibe Viral News and hit the notification bell so you never miss a breakdown. Like this video if you're excited for the new music, and let us know your theories in the comments. This has been Vibe Viral News. Stay locked in for more.